Hi and welcome to my episode recap for Into the Dalek. First of all, really should have called it Journey to the Center of the Dalek. That would have been awesome, but they didn't, and that's okay. This is the second episode from Peter Capaldi's Doctor. Thank you so much, by the way, for all the love for my recap of the last episode. I really liked this episode. It had a really great opening, a really great pre-credit sequence in which we got to see the Doctor just being an absolute badass. And they really reiterated the point that he isn't swayed by sentiment at all, and they wrote it pretty well, I think. It was really nice to see him being totally unafraid of having guns pointed at him, which would make sense. He's a lot like Paul McGann's 8th Doctor in the Big Finish audiobooks, which if you haven't listened to, I highly recommend. Just cold and fearless. And the new TARDIS interior looks just awesome. It looks awesome. Having books around is kind of impractical, because whenever the TARDIS move, they'd fall out, but whatever. It's science fiction, we can believe what we want. A really good, quick setup of the premise without labouring the point, i.e. we're going to be going inside a Dalek, and not sexually, although that is undoubtedly the subject of a lot of really grotty fiction. Probably the biggest thing in this episode for me was the introduction of Danny Pink, the teacher at Coal Hill High where Clara works. That guy he's really hot, but he's also a very good actor, and he's bearded, and there's so much there to love about him. He's just a very fun, fresh character, and having him flirt with Clara now that she's not flirting with the Doctor, suddenly I want her to pick up. Suddenly I want her to succeed, like in a romantic situation. He's really good, and I hope he becomes a good companion, because by God, it's been a long time since we had a male companion. I think Captain Jack is the last male companion we had that didn't suck. The score by Murray Gold. Murray is a great guy, really great guy, and he's totally taking a lot of Vangelis's musical cues. Ever seen Blade Runner? The score from Blade Runner? It's very kind of long synth strings and stuff like that. Really nice sci-fi score. I adore that the Doctor sacrificed that soldier once they entered the Dalek. Just sacrificed him, just burned him off to be utterly practical. That's the kind of Doctor I want to see. Because when you've reached, several thousand years old, you kind of don't give a shit about little guys. The only point where Peter Capaldi fell down in the episode was, that bit where he's standing in front of Rusty, and he's standing in front of the eyeball, and he's got the 2 cables ready to go, and he started to deliver this big, buoyant, kind of Matt Smith-esque oration, and I didn't really like that part, because it feels like Moffat's still kind of getting a lot of that Matt Smith writing out of his system. Apart from that, really amazing. Capaldi is just ripping it up as the Doctor. I'm referring to notes, by the way, because I just have a lot of thoughts and I'm very overstimulated. I really like the downbeat ending and the refusal of the soldier, Blue, to come into the TARDIS, saying, look, it's a shame you're a soldier. Because there is that part of us, that part of all of us as fans that wants to go up to the Doctor and go, hey, could I come with you? And if he said no, it would break our hearts. And now we know what that face would look like. It's weird to say this, but when 11 says he doesn't have plans, when he's in a really nasty situation, and when 11 said, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just making it all up, he meant it. Whereas when 12 says it, I think what he actually means is, I'm going to improvise, and I feel like the screenwriters need to kind of shake that habit of phrasing it that way. It's a minor problem. We saw Missy again, which leads me to believe she's basically collecting the souls of all the people that the Doctor has killed, directly or indirectly, which leads me to believe that now she's actually part of the Matrix. Now, for those of you not familiar with classic Doctor Who, the Matrix is basically a virtual repository of all Time Lord knowledge, and you can go in there and walk around. It's where the Wachowski brothers got the idea for the Matrix. And if that's true, that kind of makes sense, because Gallifrey was un-time locked, and I'm speaking very fast right now, because they're throwing a lot of stuff at us. All in all, really good episode, structured beautifully, because the episode at the start poses the question, am I a good man? And before Clara can answer it, we get a narrative arc which effectively answers it for us. The answer being, I don't know, but you're sort of trying, which is kind of the point, right? So, yeah, really good episode. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I'd say 8 out of 10 maybe. Next week we get to see Robin Hood. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Leave comments below. Oh, and I've been asked to do the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. I'm thinking about doing it in a kind of Doctor Who way, so if you can think of any kind of Doctor Who spins on it, because I want to give some money to the charity, please leave something in the comments below. I'll be back next week with an episode recap, and I'm going to go have a lie down. See you guys later.